Okay, welcome back to another video. In this video, we're going to be doing a review on the DOSS Extreme Boom Pro D300. Bit of a mouthful of a name, but yeah, not a brand that I've ever kind of interacted with before. I've heard of it, seen it around, but yeah, nothing I'd really interacted with before until the team at DOSS kindly sent me one of these to review. I haven't been sent any money or anything like that, so this is still going to be an honest review. You know, I say it as it is. But yeah, it's very, very kind of them to send me a copy, so thank you for that. But yeah, this is the Extreme Boom Pro D300, quite a new offering from them. It's a very similar looking speaker to the Bose SoundLink Max. You can tell that's probably a little bit where the design inspiration has come from. Very similar size, maybe a little bit bigger, but yeah, similar size. It's a nice design. It's got kind of metal grille on the front. The DOSS logo in there, you can see the drivers through the grille as well, which is nice. It's got a cool kind of leather feeling handle on top. Makes it nice and easy to carry. You've got power buttons, buttons to play and pause the audio, change the lights, change the equalizer mode, and add stereo pairing. On the side, it's got two passive radiators. They've got lights on them which have some different modes, but they're quite good quality. They look very nice. Which is something that the Bose SoundLink Max doesn't have. It's got some feet on the bottom, stop it from moving around, and on the back it's got a USB-A for USB, just to put a USB in to play audio off, and a USB-C for charging. So yeah, fairly simple design, but it is nice, and I quite like the fact that it isn't the same design, isn't the same material as the Bose SoundLink Max, because that was very kind of fingerprint magnet style, whereas this is just kind of premium quality feeling plastic effectively, and I actually kind of prefer that. So yeah, it feels rugged as well. Feels like, you know, you could give it some drops and it would be okay, so definitely good as a portable-ish speaker. But yeah, spec wise, it retails for £77 in the UK at the moment. It's $100 on the site, but yeah, £77. I don't know if it is Black Friday at the moment, but I don't know. It doesn't mention that being in a specific deal necessarily. So I think it's probably going to hover around that kind of mark permanently, I imagine. And that's a really, you know, a really good deal considering the Bose SoundLink Max is 400. So yeah, 77. Like, it looks like a much more expensive speaker than that. It's got 80 watt of sound output, which is very impressive. This states 107 decibels of like a max output, which is also very loud. I always test my speakers on 80% volume, so like in the reviews anyway, so we're not going to see that, but it says it's capable of it, and I think we'll see what we get at 80%. Weighs 2.2 kilos, so yeah, you can tell it's got a bit of chunk to it. It's not a massively light speaker necessarily, but that's nice. It means it's got some good drivers and some good magnets in there. The Bluetooth version is 5.4, which is nice and new. Means you'll get roughly 33 to 35 foot of range out of it. Obviously you can play out of a USB stick instead of using Bluetooth if you prefer. It has 20 hours of battery life. That is at 50% volume with bass and the lights off. So the bass boost mode off effectively and the lights off. 50% volume will give you 20 hours, which is quite good. It's around about average. Obviously, if you have bass mode on, the lights on, and you're playing at 60-70% volume, you're going to see probably half that battery life. But you know, that's still pretty fair. You know, even if you get 10 hours, that's probably likely to last you a day anyway. You're not going to probably play it for longer than that. And it only takes 3 hours to charge through that USB-C port at the back as well, so you can top it up nice and quickly. Nice to see as well that it's IPX6 waterproof. So yeah, no dust resistance, which is a shame, but it is a 6 on the scale for waterproof. So yeah, if you're outside in the rain, don't have to worry about this too much. If you're taking it to a very dusty, dirty environment, then maybe avoid trying to, you know, get a load of dust all over it. And yeah, as I mentioned as well, it does also have stereo pairing, so you can press that button on the right, you can pair it with another one of these, and you can have two playing in a stereo configuration. And considering the price that would cost you and the sound output you'd get from it, I think that's actually not a bad idea at all. But yeah, let's listen to it, because obviously that's the only way we can tell if it's any good. The frequency chart on the right and the decibel meter in the middle, and we'll see what it sounds like.
No to give me your loyalty, 'cause I'm taking the world, you'll see. They'll be calling me,
Treble.
calling me royalty. Best to give me your loyalty, 'cause I'm taking the world, you'll see. They'll be calling me, they'll be calling me royalty. Calling me royalty.
Normal. Bass.
Okay, sweet. So yeah, sound test over. Decibel wise, we were getting about 95 max, which yeah, I think adds up. Because we're only at 80% volume, and obviously the decibel meter isn't in a perfect position. It would be better off if it was actually in front of the speaker. So yeah, 95 decibels is a good volume to have. Like, this fills this room really nicely. And the frequency chart is better than you might expect as well. Like in bass mode, you can tell that it's lacking a little bit on the treble side. Like at the start of that clip, we had quite a difference between the low frequency and the highs. But then if you swap the modes around like you heard me doing, it gets into treble mode. We saw some nice spikes on the treble side, and then in normal, it's probably the best kind of all-rounder. But yeah, like effectively the frequency chart at the moment is showing us like an average of the best of all of them. And you can see like we've got strong bass. It doesn't tail off too quickly. It does drop down on the treble side. This is a naturally bass oriented speaker. You can tell that, almost like JBL, in the same way that they focus on the bass here. They want some good output from that. We've got those passive radiators. Like you can tell that this is more of a bass setup speaker. And the frequency chart reflects that as well, but I don't think it's a negative. I think the treble is still clear enough and still strong enough that it doesn't sound washed out. And depending on what music you're listening to, I like the bass mode anyway. I think this has a lot more bass than lots of speakers of this size, especially for this price. So yeah, it's a good sound overall. You can see the treble does drop off quite dramatically at like maybe 16,000 hertz. But yeah, I mean, for the price, that's really kind of to be expected, and is better than a lot of alternatives. I think as a package in itself, it's really good. I haven't really got much bad to say about it, really. The battery life could be longer. We are seeing longer than that now these days, with battery technology evolving quite quickly. But again, for the price, like 80 watt of sound, you've got waterproofing, you've got stereo pairing if you want it. It's not too heavy, it's loud enough, it's got different bass modes, bit of customizability, some light settings for the side. Like, it's kind of got every basic feature that you want it to have, and the sound is solid. It's a genuine contender to a lot of speakers that are double or triple its price. So I think if you're looking for something a bit more unique or a bit more unheard of, or you're just looking to save some money on a Bose Soundlink Max, then you're looking at the right thing. Put some comments down, let me know what you think. Do you think you'd rather go for a bigger name, or do you think that this makes up for that? Let me know.